Oh, good morning. Beautiful morning. It's a Saturday morning, about 6:20 in the morning. Nobody out yet. It's the best time to Railfan, right? We're just going to stop here in Downers Grove, Illinois, right next to Gilbert Park, and see if we can't catch us a train. I say red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Got a beautiful sunrise this morning. And of course our friendly reminder, keep off the BNSF Railways property. Looking down this way, we've got a looking east here into the sunrise. We've got a green light on the nearest track, which is Main 3. I didn't bring my phone with me, it's in the car, but it could be Metra. It is a Saturday morning. I was kind of hoping to catch some freight. I read an article about, let me flip this around here. Read an article about BNSF increasing their container capacity, something to do with maybe a pause in the tariffs or something like that, and they've been prepping for a lot more container trains. So I thought we could use that to our advantage and maybe catch a few more freight trains, especially on a Saturday when the Metra trains aren't quite as prevalent. We've got something coming from the west. I can hear it down around the curve. Probably Metra, based on the sound of it, but we'll know here in just a minute. And yes, Metra train, of course, cab car first, heading in towards Chicago. Kind of taking its time on this Saturday morning. Turned this bell on for us, that was nice. All right, that was a pretty nice little Saturday morning catch there into the sunrise. Nice clear day. It's been cloudy for a few days, so it's nice to see the sunshine. It's going to be a beautiful day today. We're going to roam around, run some errands and stuff, and we'll probably, I don't know if we'll be back at the same location later or maybe a different one, but whatever we see, I'll throw it on the camera and throw it on the channel. All right, it's a little bit later in the day, And we're in downtown Downers Grove now, and I do see a freight train on the center track just west of us. I can't tell if it's moving or not, so hopefully it is, and hopefully it'll be by here in just a second. If you can see just around the trees beyond that next crossing, I believe it's moving very slowly. The headlights should be here any second, or should be visible any second. While we're waiting, here's a peek around downtown Downers Grove. It's got a cute little quaint downtown area. So the commuter train first. Looks like the freight still may be stopped. And there's our freight train. A little excitement there from Downers Grove Fire Department. You can't get much closer to the trains than this. If you notice, the last train where it stopped at the station was clear of the Main Street crossing, but this one either must be a little bit longer, still blocking almost all of the crossing. So that last train that came through, the camera, and I've just got a GoPro with me today, the camera stopped working about halfway through the train making it through, and it said it was repairing the file. Any GoPro users ever run into that? Sorry about the cutting it off there at the end, but just curious, never had that happen before. This is going to be an outbound commuter train coming into Downers, downtown Main Street. Our freight train's on the move now as well. Might get a little horn action since they'll be passing each other by the platform. There's our second freight of the day. Looks like it might be switching tracks from main 2 to main 1. Can't see it very well from here, but I think that was a massive container train. 2 powered DPUs on the back. Rolling through Chicago's western suburbs. When we were waiting for that first freight, I did hear a Metra announcement over at the platform, not too far from where we're at, and they said that one of the trains was running about 20 to 25 minutes late, one of the commuter passenger trains, and that was due to freight train interference. So that made me hopeful that there would be a train coming from the east that was actually interfering with that Metra train, and looks like that was it. So interesting that they say freight train interference when the freight company owns the tracks. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier the article about BNSF. It says, this is from Trains Magazine. If you don't read it, it's an interesting read. It says the railroad has 100 locomotives ready to handle additional traffic. It says U.S. logistics providers are waiting out the post-trade war lull in import shipments, and BNSF Railway is setting up its network to handle an expected surge following pause in tariffs between China and the United States. So, probably 3 to 4 weeks removed from starting to see things charged back up on the West Coast. LA, Long Beach, the Northwest Seaport Alliance, Seattle and Tacoma. Post 4th of July, they think things will be busy, and they're excited to demonstrate that they're ready to move a lot of freight from the supply chain, just like they did in the first quarter. So more than 100 locomotives that they're calling a surge fleet ready to go in the state of California alone. That's 9 miles of locomotives. So obviously that'll work its way east and eventually make it over here to the Midwest, as long as this all comes to fruition and the shipping goes back up. So looking forward to that. More freight trains is always a good thing for a train spotter, right? So I was thinking in my mind, 100 locomotives, 9 miles of locomotives doesn't add up in my head, but they did say more than 100 locomotives. So I think the 9 miles is probably the more accurate representation there. Thanks for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you next time.